So, without further ado, let's go and take a look at what has been left for us. Oh, to own a cow farm. If you're interested, you can purchase this upgrade. So, we're already being offered upgrades for things that we don't actually have yet. I think I'll pick up this knife, you know, just so people don't step on it. And, well, it's a beautiful vista on a beautiful day. Fantastic, but not a day for us to open the cider house, simply because we don't have any cider. So, let's have a look around the place. First off, we have a book on the table, our notepad, our journal, our little entrance to the cider house. Right, it wasn't easy, but finally managed to bring in all the Dwemer artifacts. That's bad grammar. If my plan goes as intended, I will be able to assemble all this during the next weeks. But first things first, I need to plant the apple trees. So you'll notice that the last person here who set up this cider house for me, my cousin Sarah Saracen, he's gone now. He decided to do this for me as a favour, you know, after I don't know, saved him from Morrowind, I suppose. He decided to give me this favour and build me a cider house complete with Dwemer artifacts. He was a bit of a nut, a bit of a Dwemer nut. So here it is. I won't read you through all of Sarah Saracen's notes. He can't spell in places, but oh well, it's part of his charm. Actually, I think I'll take that book. Can't have everyone just coming in and reading the exploits of Sarah Saracen. So what we have around here, we have our little cider barrels, we have our cider house, our cider room. I'm going to get sick of saying cider. I can certainly tell you that. We have our main pub room. Now it may not look like much, but it hasn't actually opened yet. So it does have carpets. It does have carpets. It does have a few broken floorboards. The skylights are open so that any smoke, if anyone wanted to smoke in here, because you know this is back in the Skyrim days. Back in the Skyrim days of history, where people were allowed to smoke. Sorry. People could smoke. I may change that. I may first start off a smoking ban in this pub, in this cider house, but really I don't think we'll need to. I think it's well ventilated, and there's not really many people that I've noticed in Skyrim that do smoke. It's quite a healthy region. So it's a little bare. It's a little bare, I'll give you that. But in time, we will build up this cider house and make it awesome. But before we do that, we actually have to look around the cider house and see what we have. So, we have our kitchen. We have our food. We have salad. We have lamb. I believe that's lamb. We have bread. I've actually turned the HUD off so that it will give you a bit of a more unobtrusive view of the game. So I don't actually know what half of this stuff is, although you can certainly take a guess. That's salmon there. That's probably lamb, probably, or maybe beef. We have roast something on the spit. We have barrels of ingredients. We have an oven. Fantastic. Let's keep that oven closed. We have a cider cooler, complete with bottles, decorative bottles. Those aren't actually drinkable ciders, but they're there for effect. We have a chest for our ingredients. We have more barrels. And then let's go upstairs. We have what is probably going to be the maid's quarters. I certainly don't want that to be my bedroom, so that will have to be the maid's quarters. Sorry, maid or waitress, waiter. I shouldn't say. Well, you know, we could actually have a maid. We could have a maid and a waitress and a waiter. We could certainly stock up. I can't be doing this on my own. Right, out here We have a bit of a precarious situation. I may certainly change that. We have a little bit of a seating area. I would certainly love to have a second floor on of my cider house if things get a bit better, because you know people may want to fill up the place, and you don't want to be in a very cramped cider house. Or maybe you do. Maybe you want to have a little lively atmosphere. We'll see. Back there we have my instrument, my drum. I may be kicking out the drums at some point, giving people a little bit of entertainment. Up here, what you'll notice, oh dear, what you'll notice are a lot of Dwemer mechanisms. Those will become important very, very soon. And I will explain the process of brewing cider as we go along. I imagine that you're not the kind of type, viewers, to open your own cider houses as competition, so I don't really feel like you're going to screw me over in this way. So, I'm being very trusting here. I'm going to tell you the process of brewing cider. It's a very secret process, handed down through many generations of Dunmer. And I thought I'd share it with you, so there you go. There you are, privileged to know that. Behind the counter, we have our stool. We could sit down, have a little bit of a rest, you know, after a long day. And yet, you know, you don't really want to be on your feet all day, as well as trying to run the place and brew everything. You don't want to be on your feet all day. It's just not going to work. So we have that stool there, but it's in the way a bit at the moment. So we're going to put the stool back. Oh no, we can't. So the stool's going to have to stay there. Right. So what is this book on the side? My Cider House Handbook for future reference. So this is actually written by me, or supposedly by me. I can't remember actually writing it, but it's been written nonetheless. As it's easy to forget things, I decided to create this for my own personal use. I will try to keep things organized and updated, or this book will be as useless as an Skyver tale. Right, so what we have here is the basics of cider brewing. Food, menu, orders, money, upgrades, exterior, interior, apple trees. I don't know why apple trees need their own section, but they do. So, again, I don't want to bore you with all this crap. It's certainly well written, ish. No, I shouldn't take the mick out of modders. They do fantastic work. So thank you for this cider house mod, Catrixa, and definitely keep up the good work. But you know, you could sort of write your manuals a bit better. So I will not read through this entire guidebook to you. I do actually already know much of the guidebook, having written it myself. We do have a little bit of a nice little paperweight here. I do like it. We have a bunch of apples here, you know. Cider house, apples. Yeah, well. What we do have here is our notes section, our notebook. We have our lockbox down there. That is where we keep our money. Our money will be very important. So through here, we have our brewery. Or at least part of it. So this strange mechanism here is what is going to make my cider house succeed, where so many other pubs in this failed economic climate fail. Because we have the magic of the Dwemer behind us, the magic and the sorcery and the machinery of the Dwemer. So we're going to use that, exploit that, use those long dead dwarves for our own machinations. Our own very, you know, it's very small-minded machinations. It's not anything evil. It's not anything. It's actually quite the opposite of evil. It's going to be providing happiness to a lot of customers. The only evil thing about it may be once we put all the other pubs out of business because we are so successful. Sorry, where was I? the machinations of the Dwemer and their evil, sorcerous machinery. That is what we will utilize to conquer the world through Cider. So that's through there. Through here is a very special store cupboard. You will notice we don't actually have much at the moment. But through here, this may look like a normal cupboard, but in fact it has a false back. We have more machinery and more pipes going around the entire place. That will provide the cider to all the barrels outside. We have a vase, but more importantly, we have my master bedroom. We have my bedroom, looking a lot better than the maid's bedroom. And we have a little sitting area where I will conduct my meetings, or maybe I will not. Maybe I won't let my staff know about my secret room. Maybe they will think I'm a vampire. A vampire who sells cider. Now there's a new one. You can see outside that, well, you can't really see much outside. But it's well ventilated, as I said. We may actually be able to open a smoking pub. We still have to decide on that. I don't know, it may be a bit chilly. There to cover that up. That may not actually be an intended feature. That may just be my cousin or uncle. Was he an uncle? I think he was an uncle. Sarah Saracen's bad contracting duties of thatching. He's not a very good thatcher. So we have our holly leaves. We have another book. I believe that is another guidebook. Well, we can't actually view that guidebook, so let's go downstairs once more. Let's actually hide. We gotta hide this. I don't know how. There we go. We'll close those doors. And we'll go outside.